Mark Brasher, a Daviess County engineer. We're currently at Panther Creek Park. We're on the elevated trail. This is specifically the Sycamore Hill section of the elevated trail. It goes from the gazebo in the middle to the back entrance to Panther Creek Park. The Public Works Department, we did a review of all of the parks within our system, and what came out of that review is that we're needing some routine maintenance on the elevated trails at Panther Creek Park. So what we're doing currently is replacing the running boards, the treads, and we'll be working on the railing on this section to see if it is something that we want to move forward with the rest of the elevated trail. So this is kind of our test location to see how Fiscal Court would like to move forward with these elevated trails.
I'm George Waffett. I'm the West County Commissioner. We're out at Panther Creek, and I'm standing on the elevated trails that goes through our park. It's kind of a little maze-like elevated trail, and one of the things I like about it is it's actually over some of the bottoms for Panther Creek, and I don't know how much you can see behind me, but that's why we elevated it, because sometimes this floods.
And you also have a good sight line because you are elevated. I don't know, it looks to be about 6 feet above the actual dirt line, and so you have a different perspective than when you're just walking on a traditional nature trail.
On 2 or 3 different occasions, we brought our grandkids out, and they love to walk through this walkway because it's in the forest, it's in the woods, and it's really interesting to kids, and they really enjoy it. They see a lot of different trees, and they're just in the middle of nature, and it's a nice walkway for them. You see the construction or the repairs that are going on to the path. It's an example of what we're trying to do this year. We're putting a big emphasis on the parks and on any maintenance problems that we have.
And it's been some time. As Mark and I walked this, it's obvious there's been needed repairs that were done, but they were very limited. They were limited to that spot, say, where a tree went down and broke one of the boards. But this is a significant upgrade. It's not an upgrade, but it's a rehab, a significant rehabilitation of this walk path that we're doing behind me.
We're in a process of starting to replace the planks along with the handrails, and as part of our $250,000 infrastructural package, we'll start with this first and see how it goes. Main thing is being safe for the people to travel on it.
We have $250,000 in the budget for this year, and we're talking about putting the same amount in the budget next year, so that this project can be completed in total and not just piecemeal.
We'll have some traffic control devices up, barricades, and things of that nature, but I expect us to be out here working on this section for the rest of this week and maybe some of next week. But the public should expect further closures. We don't intend on closing down the trail's entirety, but just doing sections at a time. Fiscal Court here recently, the last month or two, has awarded the bids for pickleball courts at Stanley and also at Yellow Creek Park. So I believe early next spring, early summer, the contractor will be converting those existing tennis courts into pickleball courts.
There's tremendous interest in pickleball. One of my sisters happens to be an avid player. I've never played myself. Perhaps I should. It might be a good workout for me. I'm from Stanley originally myself, and I've had people contact me that play pickleball out there on actually the old tennis court, but they wanted us to do some work on it, and we actually put in the budget this time. We actually have a contract now, and by the end of the fiscal year, that should be built out there at Stanley, the tennis court converted to pickleball courts, and I believe we're also going to rehab the basketball court that's out there.
We're also going to be investing in parking lots and the drives through our parks. with either resurfacing them or sealing them and striping them. I believe we're going to be spending some funds on the shelters here at Panther Creek Park and at Yellow Creek Park in regards to maybe going vinyl instead of that wood that's out there. And then we've got just a lot of general maintenance.
We're also looking at doing some drainage work on ball field number 4 as part of the same package going on, and looking into our bathrooms for some remodeling. They get used quite a bit, especially with ball tournaments.
We fixed some of our bridges. We put a bunch of lights in out here at Panther Creek. In fact, there's 3 baseball diamonds that we actually put new night light systems on those 3 diamonds. We're taking a look at the other 3 diamonds that are out here. They're doing pretty good, but at some point we're going to have to also look at taking care of those. But anyway, this year the big emphasis is on maintenance, and I think if you come to our parks, you'll see that we've done maintenance on everything from the tennis courts to the parking lots. So I think it's great that we're able to do that. And one of the big examples is the bridge that we did out at Yellow Creek. That's kind of a mixture of the old and the new. It was an old historic bridge. It was in trouble. We needed to do something with it, so we put in a new bridge and put the old bridge back on top of it so we could preserve that historical bridge. So big emphasis this year on maintenance, and come on out to the parks and join us.
I would just encourage people, anytime you got a down moment, a down weekend or whatever, a down evening, come on out to the parks, whether it's Yellow Creek, whether it's here. Those are the ones with the hiking trails. We also have the soccer goes on at Horse Fork Creek. That's the primary thing there. But our parks are something, I would argue they offer something for everybody, whether it's Panther Creek Park or in Labor Day weekend we had the fireworks, and so we tend to be family themed. But certainly there are opportunities just to spend time with your family to come and walk and enjoy nature.